Hi y'all, welcome back to my shop for a moment of peace. Just want to take a few moments to kind of share with you some news and share some comments from some viewers. Tax season is beginning to wrap up. It's kept me pretty busy here since 1st of February because, as some of you know, I'm a AARP tax aide, and that program provides free tax return services targeted at the seniors and lower income folks. But it's taken a lot of time, and it's kind of limited my shop time. So I'm looking forward to getting back and working on some more videos and doing some more turning projects. It is a fulfilling program, and with so many of the taxpayers, it just makes me realize how much the Lord has blessed me with time, talent, and resources compared to a lot of people. Record Power recently concluded a wood turning competition. Some of y'all that watch the Wyoming Woodturner, Sam Angelo, might have watched his video from a while back, maybe early January. I don't remember the exact date, but I was kind of surprised at the rancor and the negative comments on that video directed toward Record Power, and I think some of it's because some misunderstandings and a failure on some of the viewers to read the fine print. But that notwithstanding, what I'd like to share with you is one of the members of my club, Michael Gibson, who is a very skilled and noted wood artist. I encouraged him to enter that contest, and I actually drove out to his place and loaned him a Record Power chuck so he could enter on behalf in the Masters competition on behalf of the club. And guess what? He won. And I did a video on that shop visit. I'll have a link to the end of this at the end of this video if y'all missed that. But what is it that we're going to get? The club's going to get a 14-inch variable speed Coronet Harrow lathe. We're going to get a dust collector. We're going to get a couple of Record Power chucks, and we're going to get a set of every single jaw set that Record Power makes. So we're real excited about that, and I know my club is going to get a lot of use out of those. As I was going through some of my folders on my computer, I realized I'd overlooked a couple of files somewhere in the before Christmas rush for me to get out a half a dozen videos to get them scheduled. So because I took a long trip over the Christmas New Year holidays and had to get all those videos done out of the way, and somehow these got overlooked. But I thought you might be interested in them. I know several of y'all commented about this ugly growth on my face. That's actually my microphone. Yeah, I could try to bend it, but this wire is pretty stiff and springy, and I'm afraid I'd damage it. So it rests against my cheek. For those of y'all that found this distracting, I'm sorry, just suck it up, because the sound quality is more important than whether you get distracted one time because you think I've got a growth on my face. I got this comment from Dan Healy. Pointed out that Minwax antique oil comes in a 1-pint can. I didn't know that. I've been buying it in quart because that's what Ace Hardware stored. But I tell you, a quart it may go bad before I use up a quart. I've been using the same quart since March of 2017. So a pint is probably a better size for the average hobbyist wood turner. John Wallace had a great tip for fitting slightly undersized tenons. In my recent video on making globe ornament, I showed how you could wrap it with thread or wire. He says he soaks the thing in some watered down glue, and it swells the wood. And then when it dries, the glue dries, it stays that larger size. So that's a great tip, John. I appreciate that. Then after drying, he of course glues it in with carpenter's glue. I want to thank all of y'all supporters that have gone into my Amazon shop and bought something. I really appreciate that. There are expenses in running a YouTube channel with equipment, software, and supplies. And you know, here's an example. I've had this Canon Sure Shot for some time. I've used this for a lot of still pictures and B-roll. And the blooming clip on the bottom will no longer close. So I had to go out and replace it with an upgraded model of that Sure Shot. I don't have an expensive single-lens reflex. This point and shoot seems to work pretty well for me, but it's just an example of those kinds of expenses you run into. For everything that's in my wood turning shop, you'll notice I do post a comment as to why I'm recommending it. I think the important thing is if you do go through my Amazon shop, it doesn't make any difference what you buy, whether it's something I've got posted in my shop. If you continue on through Amazon and actually buy anything, I'll get a small commission, and that helps my channel. And I want to give a shout out to a couple of you subscribers. I was a little late getting this out. One of you, Chris Nyland of Niantic River Woodcrafting with Chris Nyland, bought a saw stop, and another viewer, I believe that was Don Lyons, bought a new Powermatic through Amazon, and I got a commission on both of those. So thanks very much to both of y'all. I also want to thank all of you new subscribers who've joined this channel. I hit a new milestone. I hit 25,000 subscribers recently. When I started sharing videos on YouTube almost 5 years ago, I really had no expectation of where I was going, and you know, I put videos up for a year before I even thought about monetizing my channel. And I corresponded with Sam Angelo, and he said, "Yeah, you ought to go for it." So I did. Some of y'all may wonder, what's the difference between a subscriber and a non-subscriber? I'll call a non-subscriber a visitor. Well, basically a subscriber is a viewer who hits a subscribe button. But what that generally means is subscribers tend to watch more of my videos. They tend to watch those videos longer. They tend to provide more engagement. An engagement is a comment or a question or hitting the like or dislike button. Those are all engagements. YouTube likes engagements, and they like long watch time. So the more people watch, the longer the watch time, the more my videos tend to get suggested or placed by YouTube out in front of other woodturners. And I'm interested in trying to, get my message out to as many woodturners as possible to get them to join the community. It also increases, the more watch time also increases revenue for YouTube, but more importantly, it does increase the small revenue I've got to help pay for some of my expenses. What does all this mean? It means if you're a visitor, I would encourage you to subscribe and make a comment. I'm not real big on social media. I'm not real good at it. And that's Twitter and Instagram and all that other stuff. But if y'all see a video you really like, I encourage you to share it on other media. If you have a question or comment, don't hesitate posting it. I appreciate your feedback. I don't care if you're commenting that the video is off or you're seeing too much of the back of my head because I got a bad camera view. That feedback can be very, very helpful to me, and I don't take it personally. And I got a pretty thick skin. I will have to say though, if the video is 3 years old, commenting on something like that, it's not going to have a lot of impact because I'm already aware of it and generally taking it into account on more recent videos. Thanks for watching. Y'all stay safe and come on back here.